currently living in Scotland. Okay, so I spent 11 years as an interior designer, designing interiors in hotels and on cruise ships, and my art came about through colour referencing in my projects. I had all these little colour swatches, and when I was on phone conferences I used to play about with them and make images, and I got challenged by a friend to try and make a famous painting. I did that, submitted it into a show, a group show, and it all kind of started from there because it sold, and then I decided that I wanted to do this more, so I became a designer that did a bit of art on the side, and then slowly that evolved into an artist that did a bit of design on the side, and about 3 years ago I went full-time. And it was only when I decided I'm going to go for this, I put on my own self-published show, which was incredibly unsuccessful. I did it with this lady, and she said, don't invite any of your friends because I've got all the collectors and business people, they'll be all coming. And thank goodness I did invite a few of my friends, because those were the only people that turned up. We sold one piece for about £100, and I lost a load of money between part of the venue and all the framing costs. And then Lawrence Alkin Gallery, which is in Soho, I can't remember if they approached me or I approached them, but they had a group show, and I took one of my pieces to them, and they said, okay, we'll put it in the winter group show. And I got a call 20 minutes after leaving, and they said, could you give us another one, because we've just sold that. So that went really well for me, and then that was a winter group show, and it was coming up to January, and which is a notoriously bad month to sell artwork. So this was in the end of November, and they said, hey, you can have the January slot, which is a month, and if you can pull it together, we'll put on a show for you. And I took the opportunity. The show opened, we had a huge success, and pretty much everything sold. And then it was at that point I knew that this is what I wanted to do full time, and I could justify making a living out of it. And that was January 2015. So there's quite a lot of maths involved in what I do, and finding the best way to communicate information with the least amount of visual information. Anybody that's familiar with my work will know that it's very abstract when it's close up, and then from a distance it all begins to make sense. Your brain puts together all the pieces, and you can visualise the image that I've created. So the process is it's digital, and it's very hands-on. There's the craftsmanship in the positioning of the collages that I make, and there's not much room for error, because if you make a mistake in tessellation up here, it's going to show down there, and through sort of trial and error and experience I've managed to come up with a process that I know how the image is going to look before I finish it. I'm self-taught on with like Adobe, Illustrator and Photoshop. I mastered that when I was doing the interior design work, so it doesn't feel like a program, that just feels like an extension of me. I can create what I want to create. There's a text narrative that runs through my work as well, which involves a lot of research into literature. The first show that I did, it was all about word-colour association. So it was coming up with words that you think of either literally or subconsciously, or a little bit cheeky or quite serious. So you get, it's gibberish basically as you read through, but each one relates to the colour. And then that evolved into, I did a show based on nudes, and then that got paired with classical romantic literature, so I have to go off and study all these books and find passages that fits the number of words required for, you know, if it's 100 by 100, you've got 1,000 word requirement, and you have to get it so it fits exactly with 1,000 words running through, or, you know, what you're wanting to say in the text can dictate the size of the picture, or the other way around. There's different elements to it. The text can either complement the image or it can subvert it. The last show that I did, called Priceless, was looking at auction results for these high-end artworks. It was all catalysed by the sale of Da Vinci's Salvator Mundi in, I think it was November 2017. It sold, everybody woke up in the morning and found out this picture had sold for $450 million, including buyer's premium. And I don't even know what that looks like. Nobody knows what $450 million are, apart from a very few people. So the way I worked it out was to take the artwork, recreate it exactly the same size as the original, and there's colour swatches. The dimensions often that I work with are 2 by 3 centimetres. So then that equated to each swatch having a proportional value of, I think it was about $850,000, which is a number that we can relate to a bit more. You know, like a house might cost $850,000 if you're in America, or like a one-bed flat in London maybe. So that rationalised it for me, and I was sticking these down, you know, there's 550 chips or something, and each one 850,000, 850,000. So I did this with a whole series of artworks that have historically sold at auction for colossal prices, and looked at the disparities. So you're no longer looking at the artwork. I mean, artwork is fundamentally, it's got two values. It's got its visual value, which, you know, if it's kept well, it's not really going to deteriorate. And it's also got its monetary value, which invariably goes up. I mean, occasionally will go down, but those two values, the way that they work together, I wanted to illustrate them both at the same time in an artwork. So that's what Priceless was all about. Yeah, I mean, my work is really requires to be seen in person. It looks, the majority of people probably just view it online on Instagram, but they don't get to see the text or the way that relates to the artwork. So I always like to have a strong concept or narrative with my work running through, and progressively that's becoming more and more important to me. So it's less about I'm creating a visual artwork, it's I'm creating a commentary on the art world in itself.